Hi, my name is Neha and you're watching Disney Channel. No, you're not. Uh, I practiced that joke before and before turning on the camera, that is what I was saying. Or it just popped into my head that I should say that, and it was totally. And that completely ruined the joke now. That is what happens. Anyway, so in this conversation, this is a conversation that I wanted to do where I want to talk about change because a lot has been happening in my life right now. I know the camera setting is not right, it's not perfect. You're propped up on my jewelry box on top of another book, and the lighting is not great, but I have been putting off filming YouTube videos because I wanted to make the perfect setup, which just hasn't happened in a really long time. I think I posted the last video last year. I think it was last year. And then I haven't posted since, but I've always had it in my head that I want to post more videos. So I'm just gonna post it. I'm just going to film this very raw, random video with no script, nothing, just talk about my life, and I'm gonna post it. Anyway, so like I said, the conversation today is going to be about change because my life is going through a lot of changes, and change as someone with anxiety, as someone who has never experienced a lot of change before, and as someone who is also an introvert, it is difficult. It is quite difficult. um I should probably give you like a brief idea about what this change is. I don't want to go into the details because there's still a lot to figure out, and there's also been a lot of back and forth about whether it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. So I'm not going to give the details, just do not jinx it. Basically, it's a big career change. It's also a big move, and I am someone who has lived in this city, in this house, forever. When I mean forever, I mean forever, since birth. And so moving to a different place, and this is like quite a different place, like it is a land far, far away. And it's quite a, and moving to a place that's like completely different is like a lot. And a part of me wonders if I'm just making like a stupid decision, because this was not a change that was like forced upon me. If anything, my life has been such where my life by itself, like the universe, somehow seems to shield me from changes. But this is a change I brought in upon myself, and at first I was very excited, but I think somehow, like as the day draws closer for the change to actually happen, I'm getting cold feet, which also I think is quite normal. But I feel like if this change had been something that had been thrust upon me by external circumstances, I don't know why, but I feel like it would be easier to manage somehow. Like right now, I feel like, because I know this is something that I am bringing upon myself, so all the related emotions like frustration, anxiety, a lot of anxiety, fear, it just creates like a weird, I don't know, like, why are you doing this to yourself situation. And I guess it also, like, sometimes the way I cope with it is by, or sometimes like during the hardest of times when these feelings are just too much, somehow I just tell myself like, you brought it upon yourself, so now you can't say anything about it, like you can't complain about it. That is probably not a good way to deal with it, but it's just something It's just something that's been happening. That is like one of the thought processes which is not very helpful. Talking of change is someone with anxiety. Um, I think I think one of the biggest reasons of this anxiety is because I just don't like the feeling of being stuck somewhere. Irrespective of what I'm doing or where I'm at, I always like it, or I always feel a little bit more at ease if I know I have like an escape route. But this is such a big change and such a big like decision, both in terms of career, finances, that I feel like there is like no way out. Like, what if I do this, I start this thing, and then I realize I hate it, or I hate this new place? I won't be able to come back. Like, I mean, I can come back. It's not like anyone has held me hostage with a gun to my head or anything. Am I allowed to say gun on YouTube? Anyway, so it's not like that, but it's a lot of money down the drain. It will be a lot of money down the drain. It will be a weird career break and a lot of other things which I guess I don't know how to deal with at this point. And I just don't want to get into that thought process because it feels like I'm preparing for failure even before I've started the thing. So obviously, on the other hand, things could also go great. I could learn that this was my calling all along. Speaking of career changes, I think something that I hear a lot when looking up or researching about how to deal with anxiety regarding career changes is that remember the reason why you were doing it in the first place. And I don't want to be that pessimistic person, but if you have this reason, that is amazing. But for me, I feel like I don't have that reason. Like, I do have that reason, but I do have some reason for wanting to do this. That reason being that I was not happy with where I was at life, so I was looking for something else. But I didn't know what the something else should be, so I just picked one of the options that a lot of people do who are in my position, and I'm hoping that it works out, or at least it is better than the position I was in, which is, I mean, it is a reason, but I don't feel like it answers the question. Like, remember the reason why you're doing it when you're haunted by anxiety about this change. Moving as an introvert, let's talk about moving as an introvert, a homebody, somebody with anxiety. My anxiety does often manifest in social anxiety, so moving obviously is triggering my anxiety. um I guess it's like the familiarity of a place. Like I said, I've lived here all my life, so everything is quite familiar. On the one hand, I'm bored to death. Sometimes what I feel like helps with my anxiety is new things. I know it's like counterintuitive, but sometimes like something new will just shock my system out of the anxiety, or like will get my mind out of myself. Is that the word? Like, is that the phrase? I don't know why. Like, it will get you out of your own head. That is the phrase. It will get you out of your own head, and that is why I feel like this change could actually do that, and in that twisted way, it could actually help my anxiety. Um, there is also the aspect that when my social anxiety, or my anxiety which is related to my social anxiety, is triggered, this particular place is like my safe space. And I don't know, I really don't know, like, what will be this new place like the new place I'll be living at. will it create that environment? Like, I don't know what came first. Like, was it me who created this environment, or was it this environment, this room that created that safe space for me? I don't know which came first. So that is why I'm apprehensive that when I go to this new place, will I be able to create this safe space again? Which probably brings me to like another one of the reasons why I'm choosing to do this is because I think this way of living that I was in, the way of living I was living was kind of quite limited. I have seen my friends go and do crazy things and move out and all of these sorts of things, and I've seen them grow and change so much for the better that I think I just realized that I wanted this for myself as well. I also want to see myself grow and change, and I think that is why I did like the big girl decision and pushed myself off into the unknown. I guess it's that fear that if things don't work out, it will be like you have only yourself to blame, which is not pleasant. Um, Change is a homebody. The thing is, I am a creature of habit. I do like routines. I don't like surprises very much. I love the little things of life, the little joys. I love my daily little habits. I remember the last time I was really happy and content. That was actually during the lockdown. I know that is probably not a popular choice, or it is, I don't know. But I was quite content. I had created this little routine. I would wake up and do some yoga, drink some warm water, take a shower, have my breakfast, and then I had a lot of time for my hobbies. So I would like either pick up one of my hobbies, or I would do some college work because I was still in college at that time. And yeah, and then it would be evening. I would call up a friend, I would talk to them. I would then have my dinner, and then I would read a book, reflect on my day, do some journaling, and fall asleep. And it was quite good. I know a lot of people were losing their minds, being stuck inside their houses, but I was doing well. I was doing quite well. So that is why it makes me also like, on the one hand, I know that change is important for you. I've seen how other people grow, and uh, like like they grow when they're changing, when they're going through changes or doing new things. So I know that is important, and I have seen myself grow and change as well when I have with whatever little changes I've been faced with, which none of which have been like of the magnitude that the change that I'm going to face is going to be. But on the other hand, I also wonder if, like, I don't know, if am I an exception? Does this rule not apply to me? Because I was quite content just doing the little things, little everyday things. But on the at the same time, that changed after the lockdown. I don't know why that was. Um it could be FOMO. It could be because during lockdown everyone else was also at home, so I was not feeling like I was missing out or anything. But when things starting up again offline, I think it feels a little weird to not or to constantly stay indoors like I was during lockdown. That was normalized during the time of the lockdown. Back to the topic of like anxiety and panic attacks. Oh boy, panic attacks are so scary. It's freaky enough when I am here in my safe space, which I just mentioned. It's freaky enough. It's so freaky that I have been like this close to like going to the doctor or going to the emergency because I'm so fucking terrified. But thinking about having a panic attack in a new place, like, this is the thing. I feel like once I am in that new place and once I've adjusted, I feel like I feel like things would just fall back into place. But I think I'm just not very confident about the transition phase. That is what I'm most afraid of. And I know once I've like gone through that transition phase, gone through those choppy waters, there is calm on the other side of it. But that is what I'm not sure about. Is there calm? What if there is no calm? What if I am riding those choppy waters and then I get smashed into the rocks on the other side? I don't know that. But yeah, I I feel like I don't know how my anxiety will manifest or how it will. I know I will evolve, and I feel like my anxiety might also evolve with this change. And I don't know how it will evolve, and I guess I'm also anxious about my anxiety evolving. Yeah, I think that was all I had. It really depends on the day and the mood I'm in. When I get these feelings, there's also days when I'm quite excited and I'm quite looking forward to this change. And I'm like, you know what? This could be the making of me. This could be my hero's journey, could be the beginning of my hero's journey. So I don't know if I should make a video when I'm in that sort of an headspace, so that you can get a more balanced view and it doesn't all seem really pessimistic. It's also a little bit, I think it's just a transition phase in my life. It's a transition phase in the lives of a lot of the people around me, because I'm in my early 20s, just graduated college, that sort of a phase. So my friends and people around me are also in that same age group, and I think everyone is going through this. So that is the kind of conversation I have with everyone. It is also okay. I didn't graduate college this year. Like, I didn't just graduate college, I graduated college last year, but it's still that sort of a time period, you know. There is also a lot going on in the world, especially in this part of the world. If you don't know, I am in Kolkata, and if you don't know what just happened in Kolkata last week, then you should really look it up. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but you should really look it up, because things have just been horrible. Things have just been awful. Anyway, but yeah, tell me if I should make a video about the positive side of it. I don't know what was the point of this video. I really don't. I just used YouTube as my personal therapy, and it was so rambly. I don't know if any of this even made any sense, because I had no script, and it is kind of hard to talk, especially without a script. Even more so when I'm looking into my phone with the front camera on. So I'm staring into my own face, and kind of feels like I'm talking to myself. But maybe if there's any one of you out there who is going through a very big change, as an introvert, as someone with anxiety who has never had any sort of big change in their lives, as somebody with anxiety, maybe you can relate. Maybe that will help you feel better, that there's other people who are also going through that. I don't know, it does that to me. I sometimes feel it eases my anxiety to know that I am not the only crazy one out there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I am restarting my YouTube channel. I had made 3 videos before this last year, and then I stopped because every time I just felt like it's just not perfect enough. It's not like the YouTube videos I watch, and the lighting is never right, the camera angles are never right, the framing is never right, I don't always look right. But I'm still going to make videos, I think. I'm just going to make anything and put it up just to do it. Because, yeah, because I want to do it and I'll just do it, you know? So, anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be soon. I promise it will be real soon. Bye.